Uh, in my last video, I talked about that the crucifixion of Christ is double blow. That he first paid for the healing of our mortal body. He took care of our sicknesses and diseases, which are the effect of sin. Then he paid for the redemption of our sin. That is, our sin have been forgiven. And if you check Mark chapter 1, Mark chapter 2, and James chapter 5, verse 14 and 15, you will see that James says, is any sick among you, that he should go and meet the elder, that they should lay hands on him, anoint his head, and they should pray for him, that the prayer of faith will do what? Will heal the sick. Verse 15 now says, if he commit any sin, will be forgiven. So what is the Bible saying, or what is the scripture saying here? It's saying that the death of Christ took care of the physical healing of our mortal body, and it also took care of our spirit man. That is the forgiveness of sin. So if you check Mark chapter 1, Mark chapter 2, in Mark chapter 2, when they brought the sin person, the sin Pisces to Jesus Christ, so they were unable to, there was no road for them to pass. So the option was for them to throw him through the roof. So let me just do a summary. So Jesus, saying their faith, says, the person that was sick, he said, thy sin be forgiven. You know, the scribes that were around were like, you check chapter 1 of Mark, they knew Jesus as healer, that he only healed because he cast away demon, or is it the legion in chapter 1 of Mark chapter 1. So now in chapter 2 now, a sick person was brought to Jesus, and Jesus now say, thy sin be forgiven thee. So the people were like, who is this one? So he, designing the reason of their mind, said, which one is easier to say? Is it thy sin be forgiven thee, or rise up and walk? So the implication of what Jesus is just saying there is that I am the one that pay for the healing of your mortal body, and I am the one that pay for the forgiveness of your sin. So if you have followed my video from the start, I think my first video, I bring a cross-reference between Matthew chapter 27 and Genesis chapter 2 and chapter 3, verse 17 and 18. Why I said that man sin and God caused the ground. In Genesis chapter 3, verse 17 and 18. But if you come to Matthew 27, verse 26, verse 29 rather, you will see that the ground that was caused, that the ground was caused that it will bring out thorns and thistles. But Christ, that thorns and thistles was now used to make the crown that was placed on Christ's head. So which means that Christ took the curse on his head. So the implication of this is the crucifixion of Christ dealt with our cause. One, the crucifixion of Christ dealt with sicknesses and diseases of our mortal body. Two, then the crucifixion of Christ makes provision for the forgiveness of our sin. Peace out.